My name is Adelle A'asante, and I am the Cocoa Story. From 4 generations and counting, I have been gathering and curating the lived and the living experience stories of cocoa farmers, their families and their communities, starting with mine. But as we celebrate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, I am inspired to reflect on the Queen's coronation about 7 decades ago and its uncanny relationship with chocolate. In 1932, when the Queen was just 6 years old, Princess Elizabeth, she would become the only person to have consumed British-grown chocolate. Today, I dream a dream that in 2023, for the first time ever in 129 years of farming cocoa, children in cocoa-growing communities in West Africa would for the first time process their beans to the bar. This would be the day of the grand Coconation. So I tell a story of the present inspired by a dream of the future, mindfully captured in this piece, the Coconation crown. The bottom 2/3 of the piece represents countries in West Africa producing up to about 70% of the world's cocoa beans. These beans are bagged and shipped in burlap sacks. However, we see the tortoise, ever-winding, never-ending, meandering journeys of cocoa and coffee from these countries in the majority south to the global north, feeding into the crown. Inspired by St. Edward's crown, the centerpiece of the Queen's coronation, a crown encrusted with 440 precious and semi-precious stones, framed in solid gold, this represents the chocolate and confectionery industry deeply set in cocoa, coffee and sugar. Using actual cocoa nibs and coffee, we see the overflow of these sacred food items in the global north as a result of unequal and unfair trade, to the point where there's an overflow resulting in the overuse, disuse and misuse of these sacred food items. And to appease the Western consumer who craves for ethically and sustainably sourced products, we see at the midsection of the piece the trickling down of strict laws, rules and regulations being enforced on the places of origin with no co-production or co-creation. Clearly, what is not from us, with us and by us cannot be for us. So all of our hopes, dreams and aspirations remain trapped. This is represented by the tiny bits of cocoa nibs trapped in the burlap threads. But I continue to tell a story of the present inspired by a dream of the future. A future where Efia Dansua would for the first time transform her beans to the bar. And that will be the day of the grand Coconation. I tell my story because chocolate has a name. I tell my story because when a people are forgotten, their humanity is lost. My name is Adelle A'asante. I am the cocoa artist, and this is the Coconation crown.